Hey, what's up, fellas? Corey Maru here, and welcome back to Paranormasight. Now, if you remember what happened last time, we just got information that possibly saves one of our protags' lives. I think. Because we were told we had to leave this branch until we found information that can make her not trust someone. Okay, so yeah, this guy, we meet him, and we should be able to do this. Same dialogue, I've seen this like 3 times though. Here we go. So, this is the choice we get, where instead of going in and checking on me, we can just go home. I gotta leave her. Oh, right. Mr. Jonoichi was actually looking for you inside the main building. Was that? He's there right now? What's he thinking? I don't know. He was in class 3B on the 2nd floor just a bit ago. Well, I suppose that means it can't be locking up yet. 2nd floor, he said? I'll go take a peek. Be back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be fine on my own, really. That's so. The snack shop, right? Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful now, you hear? Stay on the big, well-lit streets. So that happens, shout fire. Okay, you worry too much. It's actually good advice. They say you should shot that instead. Well, we wouldn't want to be losing any more students. Though I imagine you know that better than anyone. Yes, you're right. There we go. So she actually doesn't die. Yako Sakazaki. 2 a.m. I'm actually recording this not super late at night this time. It's still nighttime, but it's not super late like I usually do. Feels weird. Komagata High School front gates. Rather nice though. Mia's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Huh? There's someone coming down the road. Oh, it's that guy. What was his name? No, teacher. It's Mr. Arashi. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the Red Resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with the curses. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? It's way past the 10 minutes Mio said she'd be here by now. I managed to escape. I can't let it go to waste. I need to get out of here before anyone sees me. Alright. Dude looks suspicious walking around just the outskirts of the school at 2 a.m. at night. Echo's home. I'm home. Thank goodness. I don't think the walks ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. But for now, I need some rest. And there we go. That is, we just have to complete the Yako branch of chapter 1. So that's just the end of her branch for now until we finish just these 2 right here. Alright, sweet. Yako's story's all done, and we go back to this lady who lost her child. I'm going to see multiple reports about their suspected curse bearer, so although concerned about Ayami Tono, who's apparently also after the curse stone, she entrusts Richter to continue his investigation. 3 a.m. Harushi Gima. The Shikima Mansion. Back here again. I left Richter to continue looking for curse bearers, and came home alone. Oh, this looks like something's gonna... Oh, wait, it's one of those stickers thing. Yay. Just collectibles. Wonderful. You can hear the wind rustling in the trees. Will this really be enough to get out the soul drugs I need? What if nobody uses any more curses? I'll lose my chance to bring him back. Fair. The Oshigima Mansion. We rebuilt it here after the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same all these years. Even the war didn't touch it. I never liked it growing up. I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. You should read about your mansion. The family estate was originally located some distance from the city, but the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923 forced them to rebuild a new location. The Shigima Mansion was at one time a bustling place, where members of the social elite mingled. 1 year ago, however, the head of the house was struck with a sudden melancholy. Ever since their mansion has stood silent as the grave. I think it's when she lost her child. And yeah, why not? Wait, let's make sure. The notes right. Yeah, you're good. Oh yeah. That's anybody inside? Hopefully not. Oh, okay. Man, I stopped recording at a bad time before because that's her branch done now. Okay, so now we're back to the detectives. That threatening phone call. After persuading Arashi, the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern, to give up his stone, Tsutsumi and Area have obtained 3 curse stones in total. They continue their investigation of the town in search of the remaining curse bearers. 4 a.m. Road. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the 7 mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? And we've got nothing to show for it. I mean, even though every last location looks suspect from top to bottom, maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. Sounds like we need to do another round before morning comes in. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. What? No way. It's just a thought. Either way, we should check out this last place. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Kinshibori Park. This is where our first main protag died. Yeah, there he is. Poor guy. Whoa. Heck is this? Is he dead? Dang it, we were too late. Was the curse too? Hang on, I'm gonna call this in. I'll leave it to you. I'm gonna take a look around. Justice for our protag before. What? Bad news. What is it? Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics team are on their way, but it'll be a while before they arrive. This is bad. That is bad news. So they got someone else. You think this is the work of a curse bearer? I don't think a human could do that. With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Crap. You guys will be stuck waiting around for a while. I can't interact with anything. Boss, that phone is ringing. We've got to answer it. Young man is 20s, killed in cold blood. He's definitely dead, but I can't quite discern the cause from what I've seen. There are no obvious external wounds, but what is that leaking from his mouth? Water? Taste it. No, okay, that's just me. I checked the surrounding areas. Surroundings earlier. There were no signs of a curse bearer, any curse echoes around. The ringing of the phone is the only sound cutting through the quiet park. Yeah, let's go check it out, why not? Well, we better go check it out. You're right, but be careful, it could be a curse. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? You're the one who's tough against this stuff? Don't worry, boss, you can do it. Go on now. Dang it. Speaking. Hello? Kinshibori Park phone booth. Evening Detective Tsutsumi? How are things looking out there? Who is this? I finally got him, the real deal. Detective Tetsuo Tsutsumi himself. Wait, that's Chief Inspector Tsutsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already? After all the time we spent together. What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, here's this. Fumishika Nejima. What? Did you say Fumishika Nejima? Like the one from the Nejima murders? Ding ding ding, you got it. I had a feeling that the great Chief Tsutsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That crap was not easy. You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. That it did. I've repented. My conscience is clean as a whistle. Bull crap. 20 years in prison doesn't even begin to make up for the shoot you did. Censorship. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? This is the real Fumishika Nejima. He must have a grudge against me for arresting him. So this is payback? Dang it. Let your go, how'd you find me? How'd you find me? How do you know where I am? That's my favorite part. The sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you crap. Have fun racking your tiny little brain for it. What's your goal? What's your goal? Now, you gotta understand. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. And got myself a job. I've been real serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice. Keep it up. But it was no good. The opportunity arose. It was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks, or I'd never truly be able to have a fresh start. You get what I'm saying? No thanks. I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just trying to live a quiet life. Oh, it's no hassle at all. It would be all too easy to just kill you, to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying, starting after 20 fucking years of waiting. That's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fracking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought of nothing else. All that time I played another model prisoner, endured the harassment those arseholes guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Sutsumi. So please, just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. Sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the frack up. That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last. Ask another thing of this. I guess I could give you a little hint. Go on. Well, you see, I have the one-sided read. Tsutsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no? Nijima, you're a curse bearer? You're using the power of the curse? Indeed, and what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hints end. God dang it. The curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. This is where people talk. You see, this time I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. Wow, oh no, I'm so sorry, dear Nejima. Please forgive me. I will never do it again. Shut the frack up. Exactly why I've always hated you so frickin' much. It was worth a shot. Did you really think that would save me, arsehole? You must be crazy. Well, then we're both crazy. We've got so much in common, we should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm gonna kill everyone you care about, one by one, till there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint you, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. Boss? What about me? Oh, wait, are you just trying to protect me? There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that. Don't you frickin' dare! I'm warning you. Oh, very nice. This is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all. Such a good girl. Oh my. Don't tell me that she just happens to live in Honjo. She does? No, forget it. It isn't funny, arsehole. I'm gonna find you and make you pay. I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears. One more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing. I thought you were finally gonna shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I couldn't just go after your daughter. Something tells me you get bored. Nah, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm gonna kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here. You couldn't. Oh, but with this cursing line, I can. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get a couple hundred people or so. And it'll all be your fault. Oh, it must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic, it must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My cursed stone is a particularly strong one, which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Was that tipped you off? Who knows? I'm about to kill you myself first and ruin all your fun. What about that? Idiot. You gotta call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away from you. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Nejima. You've got 12 hours. Do you really think you're paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans. And the sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. I'll even have enough soul drugs to pull out the bread of resurrection. How splendid. Wait, Nejima, you're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye now. Well, dang, that was like a complete loss, I'm not gonna lie. Boss. Ariel, you catch all that? Nejima, what is he planning? Who knows? For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Send word to HQ. But the fact that the 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is gonna make things tricky. You mean with Nejima being a curse bearer? Just our luck. Really. It couldn't have been a worse guy. Sounds like his curse would be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye, boss. Later. There's reported that a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Nejima's threats along with the curses were kept secret from the general public. But the Honjo serial killing still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. That's who died first when we first started their story. At Tsutsumi's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumishika and Nejima's whereabouts. Tsutsumi and Ariel themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bears in the area, but their search ended in vain. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. 12 hours till sunset. Now we're getting like to the real nitty-gritty to say. Like, yeah, that's chapter 1 of everyone done. So, 2 more things here, and then we jump here. I don't want to like jump around so much to the point where like it feels hard to follow. So we'll just follow the detective stuff, and then we'll go after their stuff. Instead of jumping. Hajime Yoshimi's death. Nejima started. We just saw it. No need for a recap. We know what we're doing. 9 a.m. Ishibori Park. You guys got all the while at least. Not super long, but not, not bad. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to get some information. Took you long enough. Forensics have finished their investigation and the body's been carried away. That said, we're still closing the park to the public, at least for the time being. This place was really giving me the creeps last night, but it looks pretty normal now. Oh, wait, that's Ariel. God dang it. It's fine. I was trying to see... No, I was trying to look for those sticker things. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks. The floor is yours. Quite a few stuff we can go there. Let's start from the top. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one. The young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. In the middle of the park? It's not possible. It's gotta be a curse we're dealing with here. About that, boss. Isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? It's the one-sided read, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure it's the one-sided read. I'll say they'll just make sure, but I'm like 90% sure. Actually, I know you can check these, but these would just take too long. Oh no, this one's Ryogoku Bridge. Okay, wait a moment, let me look through these. God dang it. Here it is. The Whispering Canal. Yeah, this one with fishermen. This doesn't really give us a hint on what is his ability to activate his curse, though, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's something where he just like, no, there's no way to tell right now, I'm not even gonna try. Where is that? That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, Ariel. Starting to get the hang of this. So, let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim has been identified as Tawako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own area. As for the cause of death, well, yes. The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No more weapons discovered in the area, pushed in the way she was found. Look for something large, flat, and heavy that could have crushed her in one fell swoop. That's probably the, you remember those guy, there was a guy with the foot washing mansion curse? Where, like, if his curse, you heard a noise, a giant foot just crushed you. So she got stepped on. Hang on. Are you saying she was stepped on, meaning the foot washing mansion? Exactly. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the 7 mysteries. Then this Namagaki's doing? Crap. I knew he'd use it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person, not a curse bearer. I guess we should report this to paranormal affairs. Got it. And as for the third victim, he is identified as Kohai Jonoichi, 32, a teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard, he couldn't have fallen from the gymnasium or the main building. The teacher died at school. Not just any school, Komagata. We just read this. I guess this is what they kind of want you to do. We just read this one. Yeah, right here. Full possession. I think I got that right. So, what is this one again? Let me just see. Walking around. Yeah, no, why he dies in this one is why you hear a sound. Right. It's where the fool's possession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. You can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all 3 victims could be tied to 7 mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right. And Najima's case wasn't at all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the 7 mysteries. Not that Tsutsumi. Problem is that the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the 7 mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner. One who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who can do something like that. Oh, really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Yeah, so, not a lot of information, but we got some victims at least. Well, looking at these deaths, seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night. We can't rule out that they were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't even thought of that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems that the curses can't be activated while the sun's out. That's great news. So basically we're safe during the daytime? Exactly. It's also likely why Nejima gave us till dusk. What's known the curse stones can be used during the day. Either way, we got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye, boss. Let's do this. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namagaki at the foot washing mansion, and Hideki Arashi at the ever-burning lantern. We got both of their curse stones. And then there's Nejima, who claims he has the one-sided read. Yeah, that about sums it up. Oh, that's kind of cool. So we kind of get the information on who has what. We'd better figure out who the remaining 5 are quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nejima may lead us to the other curse bearers too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He can do some real damage if we don't get to him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye, boss. Sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Nice. Oh, where'd I go? Hajime Yoshimi. I asked around Sumida's community safety bureau where Yoshimi was stationed. It seems like he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shirahashi. Oh, yeah. I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it was really a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, the wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play, because he ordered a full investigation, but it had already been deemed a suicide, and superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Where was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building, a ways away from the road. There's no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it. Yeah, a truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there is a chance that it wasn't a suicide. Oh, what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks in the road, meaning it could have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. It has turned into quite the grisly case. This is dark. I really like where the story's going with this. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly. So I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. Sorry, I just kind of thought though, like it was by her body was. Oh, let me make sure that I read that right. Yeah, wait. Found at the foot of a building, a ways away. Oh, okay. I was gonna say if it was by the road, they could just looked at a traffic camera and it would have showed, but it said a ways away from the road. So it's kind of, well, no, because yeah, even if she still got hit by a car on the road and got launched to a building or something, and everyone just thought it was suicide, you would still see it in a traffic cam, unless they just never thought about it. So I asked the traffic bureau to keep an eye out for vehicles with frontal damage, but I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard, so we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible that someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? But not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics in the traffic bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. Oh, that's right. Unrelated, but I got something else too. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shirahashi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. Might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us some more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? Wait, remember the girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hit Okuda? Is that their name? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address. Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. I'm not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now, but she could be a key witness. Can we have community safety track her down for us? We can ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School is closed today. Because of the teacher that died? That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on then. I got some information about Yoshimi's fiance from community safety. I do wish one thing in the game, just kind of gave you all this information without going back and forth and clicking. I guess they just want to give you the choice to hear what you want to hear first, but it's just extra clicking. Her name is Mayu Chozawa, 27 years old. She works as a beautician in the area. Look, I managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. But, oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community Safety has been able to contact her since Yoshimi died, not by phone at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? That's that guy's wife. Sexy male, excuse me, Maya's a beautician and the fiance of Hajime Yoshimi. Yeah. He's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? It is fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or a spouse, but Yoshimi was well liked, and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know. Things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. We'll have to consider the opposite scenario too. It could be that the same person who was after Yoshimi is after his fiancée as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. Alright, and the final one, Fumishika Nejima, the murderer. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nejima, but so far we haven't received any word. I'm guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. You serious? We have no idea where he lives? It gets worse. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You're telling me that nobody caught that? Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. Turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking on his workplace. He also said he'd lost track of Nejima when he moved to a new place. Jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard that they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons, which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. The dude's probably overworked. So Nejima got to frock about unsupervised. God dang it. That arsehole is unknowingly good at faking remorse or insanity. Whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name, which would make it hard to track him down. That'd explain why he so brazenly made contact. That arse, he's mocking us. Well, for now, the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. That's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. Not yet. I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. Wasn't home when they went to the house either. And that's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up. I don't have her contact info, alright? Dang. She really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother that it was an emergency and that we'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced. But if what a dick. But if you, her former father, can't find her, I'd like to Nejima do it. Former, eh? That cuts deep. Yikes, sorry. It just kinda slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with this curse echo. Back on topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Oh, right. One of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. Yeah. I don't know how that give him. I guess it's the thing with stalking, so he can just stalk anyone he wants and know the location. Scary. As for Nejima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it until we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? We can go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shirahashi's house to find out more about her. We get to choose here? Oh yeah, we should move. We unlock that stuff too. Okay, we'll stick to the one path for now. But that's fast approaching, they have no time to waste. With that in mind, Tsutsumi and Ario direct their investigation towards Komagata High School and the Shirashi residence. I don't think you could check both anyway, so it doesn't necessarily matter. So we'll go Komagata first. Because like, yeah, you could check both at the end of the day. Also, the music is bopping. I like this. Komagata High. What's up, Ario? You're just right in my face. Here we are. Komagata High. Rather they're suspended for the day. The students are just kind of wandering around aimlessly. And also, these guys. Ideally, we could talk to someone who was involved in the incident. Easier said than done. The place isn't only connected to the case because the students were under Yoshimi's jurisdiction. It's also the site of the Fool's procession, and of course where that teacher was killed. Seems like a likely place to find some clues, don't you think? For sure. The news of the dead teacher has also attracted a fair share of rubberneckers. The atmosphere is kind of tense with this many cops around. This gold gate was staying live while forensics inspects the scene of the incident. Looks like they're still busy. Looks like the person in charge later. Komagata High's gymnasium also serves as a polling place and evacuation center. A lot of the buildings around here are still made of wood, but this place looks safe and sturdy. Can we talk to anybody? There's something on my shirt. Don't tell me I stink. Oh, right. Speaking of schools, what is it? You said paranormal affairs can't help us right now. So why don't we get that psychic high schooler you mentioned to help us? A lot of the people involved in this case lead back to the school anyway, so it might make things easier to have them with us. For a guy who questioned me on the legality of working with them, you sure seem eager to exploit underage labor. Hey, who said anything about exploiting them? I just want to give our young actors the opportunity to shine. When did you become such a smooth talker? Anyway, I'm afraid I don't know where they are. Oh, I see. I wonder if there's anyone who can help us scout the area out. I guess we just leave. We just go to Michio's neighborhood. I hope that someone's there that can help us scout a school out. And here the Shirashi household. It seems like Michio's house is at the end of this road. We don't want to intimidate them, so maybe I should go alone. Ario's checking out the Shirashi house at the end of the road. And the street's real narrow. Two big guys like us would stick out like a pair of sore thumbs. Here's Shirashi household. There's a chance that Michio didn't actually kill herself. It might be for the best that we didn't find her parents. And the houses are really crammed together in these narrow alleyways. Strangers like us walking through would definitely stand out. It really feels like old Tokyo. Alright, I'll go check the house. Do I just wait for you? As I'll check in Shirashi's household, I'll just wait until he gets back. It's quiet. This place is normally pretty lively, full of people coming and going. But it seems like everyone else has decided to stay inside because of the recent incidents. To the Shirashi household. Yeah, same thing. Again, oh, there it is. We literally just had to wait. Oh, you're back. No luck, boss. No one home. Doesn't look like it. I knocked for a while, but nobody came to the door. I glanced in the windows, but there was no sign of activity inside either. I saw about 3 newspapers stuffed in their mailbox. Well, I guess we just dip out of here then. Ariel looks kind of disappointed. Let's try again later. Suspend? Not progress any further. When situations change, select resume, try again. Press expand, return to store jar. Oh yeah, so we just literally, that's dead end right there. Let's go their story again with the high school girls because they actually might be able to help. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it home safely but still isn't sure about it and proceed with her curse. She worries about meals as night passes. 8 a.m. Yeah, so Mio's all good then. She didn't die. Just fought a demon before. Oh, good morning, Yako. Yako, rise and shine. You're up. It's morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? I'm the Spectre, the Spirit Boy, Mio Kurozuzu. Michio Shirashi Yako. The Spectre Spirit Boy sounds most fun. Yes, I am the Spectre of the Spirit Board. No, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yes, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Oh, Mio. Thanks for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also feel bad that you've been wrapped up in all this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. You mean you can learn that kind of stuff? Like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. It sounds like it must have been tough. Yes, it would take a long time to explain it, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I am sent to schools that may experience something paranormal, and put a stop to it before it happens. Wow, that's amazing. It's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, you got it rough. Then, but still, that really is amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school, and why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, that's at school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and his powers is diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Want to give it a try? Right. I do have it, but... Yako? Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. And that's what I believe and what I'll put before anything else. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako, I promise I won't use the curse, no matter what. But maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling that I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. And that said, I'll help you, even if it's to stop the curses. For the Michio that still exists within me, I'll settle things so that we can move forward. Okay. If you feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right. Thank you, Mio. Okay then, let's go. Oh. What's in this? Oh, her house. Even attractive place children have largely realized that traditional candy shops was thrived during the period of high economic growth, when many confectionery manufacturers enter the market are experiencing a steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores and changes in children's interests and tastes. A little bit of lore on what's happening to the world. Why not? Ow. 8 a.m. You hear like whisperings around. Huh? I thought it usually noisy. This game wasn't really in English. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Mr. Jonoichi was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I heard, Mr. Jonoichi's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises, and he'd fallen from somewhere high. Weird. Taking into account his unnatural death and timing, is there likely it has something to do with the curse? You're saying someone used their curse on him last night? Seems like it, doesn't it? But that's so scary. Yeesh. So the curses really do kill people. And someone used it. Shh, keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? I'm sorry. We see him. Oh, he's dead now. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi Okuna? You're right. That's unusual. But she was at the school last night, too. She must know something about Mr. Jonoichi. Let's see what she has to say. Mio, wait for me. Well, so you're telling me the two of you were the ones at school last night? No sense hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, yeah. Right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh, so that's what it was. Wish we could know more lore about that. But yeah, no need. Oh yeah, perfect. We can actually get it. Sweet. You tell me, were you possessed by some kind of evil spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the other people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to themselves naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations, even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child. But you also never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties are in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances or whatever you see on TV are all bogus? Not quite. Those are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call. Though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense, or a deep connection with the person, but even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess, and even if they could, it'd only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are a lot of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. I'm sorry, one reason I'm stuttering a lot is that my mustache has recently gotten bigger and bigger and just keeps on getting in my mouth when I'm speaking. I need to cut this thing. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, the deeper their connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit is pretty complicated, huh? It must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, he told me. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them is your fault either. And the same goes for you. For me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. I think I may pass. We can talk about this more. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up, all of a sudden saying she was gonna exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. I guess that makes sense. Fair. Did you hear about Mr. Jonoichi? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that arse bited on the school ground myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you. It was almost dawn. Probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden, ran out to the ground like something was chasing him, and screamed. Somebody help me. Forgive me, Michio. Or something like that while he was running around. Michio? You mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was. It was just a second I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair and braids. Huh? I didn't go out to make sure. It could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life, like I was wrong and I'll do anything. Then all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. His arms and legs broke without anything being done to him. He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. That's fair. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you told us, it almost looks like Michio's ghost chased Mr. Jonoichi down and killed him. How if I know anything about that? I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell that story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for crap. Not like they believe such insane stories anyways. Right. But there must be at least one person police were trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There's one cop who always got on my case about stuff. But he died just the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up being dead. Maybe I really am cursed. Pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, it was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure that was hard enough for you. And that's all I know about that arse's death. Hey, Mio? I've been thinking about something. The way she described it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Jonoichi died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. They've been killed by the same curse. I don't think so. The curse of the 7 mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. If we can trust that what the spirit board said, then Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. Okay, in the classroom last night, he told me, last night before you witnessed Mr. Jonoichi's collapse, can I ask what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gonna tell the cops? Oh, right, with everything that happened with Mr. Jonoichi, I'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those crappy adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. If you say so, I don't mind telling you about it. So, last night, that piece of crap Jonoichi called me over here acting like he was going to attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever. I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless in a cancer society when he doesn't know crap about them. That Ars was the one always acting like scum if you ask me. Isn't that so? Could you tell us some more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? Where to start? Okay, so we just asked this one. Jonoichi's misdeeds. What did you mean by Mr. Jonoichi's acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shirahashi, right? The girl who killed herself? Michio? I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her. He was using it to blackmail her, call her after school and make her do whatever he wanted. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple model students like you would ever get involved in. No way. What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. Okay, I've not known about this. Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friend. Jonoichi really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt like she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. No, terrible. He told me. How do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it. Couldn't just leave her alone. Looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers. You probably thinking I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around, but she never asked for my help. She told me that she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she just had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her that if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying about how it was her punishment. She was soft. No. Of course, Jonoichi didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them. That's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. Dang, poor girl. He told me, if you knew about it, why didn't you? You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. The heck more responsibility do I have other than what I already did? Yako, there's no point in blaming, he told me. Michio, why? Dang. Did you hear what the dirt was? Nope. Never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, I've been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long. That also correlates to the thing again. If you remember when, I'll show pictures to make it easier because these names can be hard to remember, for me at least. Wait, crap. There you go. Harashigami, when her child died, that was also about a year ago, and it said that he was likely grabbed by Michio or something. Like Michio lured him into a car, and that's how he got taken and then got murdered. Why would she do it? Don't know. But that might be the dirt he had on her, that she was involved in his kidnapping somehow. For that long? A dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than we see how, you know. There must be some reason. Don't know. Got nothing to do with me. The classroom last night. So, last night, how did it start? Alright. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He's part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop at all. Real rough guy. But good at looking out for folks. He was the only one I could talk to. So there was someone like that within the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy act like a shy kid all of a sudden. He told me she was like me when she was my age, and that she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her too. Yeah, I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. You have a real knack for finding the bodies. Or seeing the murders, more like. Whenever I would get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to the park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. And day he called me over there like usual. But something seemed off about him. Like he was worried about something. Worried about something? Yeah. He asked me for a favor, too. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. And thinking if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me that he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shirahashi had that looked like this one. Michio? What does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed that she had a special talisman or something. Apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew that I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't even tell even the police about? I know things at home were a little complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Jonuichi was doing to her, or to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. I didn't squeal or anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't just have eyes on Michio, but her talisman too. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. It looks like an absolute giga-chad. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Heck if I know. When I looked inside it, there's just a weird, kind of grimy script of wood. So you've seen inside it. But from the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the arse. I think he had to be serious about it. Oh, and since he died right after that. Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismans. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt that something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi. Do you know Mio? No, I've just heard the name. I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. He told me, yeah, that talisman. Would you mind if I had a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. Fair. Last item a guy gave her. So, last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had. Yeah, I figured that a piece of garbage teacher would have known the most about Michio. I asked him about yesterday afternoon, if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me some cryptic response like, I can't talk about it now, come to school at night. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yuck, I can only imagine. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Were you okay? Yeah, that's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Jonuichi was freaking out. My gosh, good thing you got away. It was really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman. The whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. I saw you and the old man, Ashimiya, talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? That's also why I saw Jonuichi come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. I was dumb to fall for that creep Jonuichi's trap so easily. Could have gone a whole lot worse, but I lucked out. And the last thing. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Jonuichi. She did have a reason to hate him, after all. No way. I mean, that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regrets can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it used to be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. Huh. Wonder if that's what happened. Alright. And supposing what the spirit board said is true, that Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. She really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know. She didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she'd kill herself. All the information. And that's all I know. Happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure. Thank you, Hitomi. Oh, if you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, I'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right. I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Thanks. We'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up. You were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later. Don't die out there, okay? Thanks. We'll be careful. Alright then. We got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Jonuichi was killed by a curse just as we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? Yes. The curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Jonuichi seem to be different. The people in the school at the time other than us were. Mr. Jonuichi, he told me, an old man Ashiyama who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. He told me he saw a girl in a school uniform with brains. From what he told me he was saying, it doesn't seem like she's one. Mr. Jonuichi is pretty suspicious though. Oh, Yako, if he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, and that's why I say there are multiple. Oh, right, the person who killed Mr. Jonuichi would have to be one too, which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya? Yeah, we should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact that Mr. Jonuichi thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but... I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Arashi outside the main gate last night. You did? It's likely he was involved with the curses given. He's the one doing the research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of old man... I'm trying to see this name. Ashimiya and Mr. Arashi. I wouldn't believe that not all curse bearers will be hostile, but better safe than sorry. As for what to do now, I'd like to find out who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this off and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. That makes sense. In which case next we should do what exactly? When he talk with Mr. Arashi, he'll definitely know something. It should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. Got it. I'll open any way I can. But the school is closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace someone may know where he is. Where'd it go then? Okay, then we get choices. My god, we get a bunch of choices. So we're looking for... Should we say we're doing this? I think we should try to look for Mr. Arashi. Well, yeah, it'd be the school, right? Like, that's it. He's a teacher at school, so somebody probably know there. Yeah. I was just thinking. Komogatai. Makes me feel like Urban Mythic and doing so many different female voices. And so, Miyokura Zuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Okay, and that's the dead end for this one. So the only one we can do now is Haru. Throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the cursed stones, while Haru lies awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Oh, here we go. I was gonna say feel bad. I feel bad for everyone. Like, it's such a heavy story dealing with like just actual real pain and grief, it feels. So it's like, man, everyone has their own motives to say. Morning, ma'am. How you feeling? I'm fine. Hope we can make good progress today. How's your cursed stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible that its powers can only be unleashed at night then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are unfortunately some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers, but I did get some research done with limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. Town's beginning to wake up once more. The glimmer society can be heard from beyond the garden gates. Like any day, a cloud of pollution drifts out from the industrial area. He's looking a bit tired. He's been up all night investigating. By the way, there's something I wanted to talk to you about. And what's that? Our current plan is to steal a cursed stone that's already absorbed soul dregs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So as long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you would expect. Compensation? Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family such as the Shigimas, would it? Of course. Why, any amount would be fine if we get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom. Okay. With that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. I'm also trying to, I guess money could work, but would money really be worth it to people who want to resurrect someone back from the dead? Because that's priceless, I feel. The ability of resurrection rather than just getting like $1 million. But it could work for some. Do you have curse bearers with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in this area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found. They've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for what those cursed stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims seem a little on the low side. With this little activity all throughout the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some undiscovered victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone has gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some more bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them the deal? Got it. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. What if the situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended? Now that's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. That doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they are likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person is not one of the curse bearers? You got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky. This is the curse bearer. They themselves would become a target. So, it'd actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right. But despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action, which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy. So, how should we do it? There's no reason to suspect the mastermind can be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whatever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do so? At this point, all we can do is search. Real quick, as you all mentioned where I was born and raised. If there's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs, can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught, do you want to give up now? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. At least you try to exercise some morality by not directly killing people. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. This was to be expected from the investigator extraordinaire. I appreciate the flattery. First, there's Ayami Tono, the girl we talked to before, though she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Art. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park. You even determined her address. You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with ukiyo-e in the curriculum, pretending to be her parent. I went around and checked on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She is planning to steal the curse stones just like us. It's best we act carefully around her. Next is the tall man who was dressed in black. I met him near Kinshicho Park. Or no, that's Kinshibori Park. He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. Impressive. What can I say? He works as the secretary to Hihaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. The Hihaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but so in the past 10 years the company has shown significant growth. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I'd assume she wanted her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right. Even 10 years ago, there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have better luck later. Let's hope you will. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the riots would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare. Now that's an interesting thought. Possible. I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be out collecting soul dregs, right? Indeed. I couldn't get a good look at him, though. I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. Oh, that's a shame. But I can make an educated guess. No? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text in the Rite of Resurrection? The one that lives near here? His name is Hideki Arashi, and the man I met was very similar in stature. Oh my. Even he's involved, I'm awfully suspect. Considering his background, can he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First I returned to Hihaku Soap to see the man in black. The headquarters are down on Southward Gesu Street. And there we go. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komogata High School. The person was identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohai Jonoichi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? Not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Just when we were getting somewhere. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shirahashi's residence. It'd be wise to pay it a visit. Understood? In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shirahashi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last 2 have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true. Both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it cannot be ruled out. It's possible that the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries curses? Can we really assume they're all unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it'd be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one too. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. We might even discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I had to report. So we'll continue with our investigation. What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Alright, let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Yeah. Where should I go? Which place has stood out to me most so far? Let's go to the school, because everyone's going to the school. What's the furthest away? Komogata. Yeah. Here we are at Ground Zero, Komogata High School. I guess it's logical that the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that school's closed. Just go back home. I don't know why they're just sitting around. Go back home. Your parents aren't gonna make you stay out here until the normal school time is up. You can just go home. Go play video games. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. Yeah, you're doing a good job of that. It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry has been strictly prohibited. He appears to be aware of those police officers. And the police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. Wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if that teacher was a curse bearer or not. I just want the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I can ask around and see what the students have to say. Why not? Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. You'll blend right in. A man in his late 20s asking kids about another high school student. I'm back, ma'am. So, what did you learn? That school kids sure love a good rumor. I was basically drowning in stories about Mr. Jonoichi and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought, but there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe that Michio was the one who killed Mr. Jonoichi. Really? Story's got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. Fellow teacher overheard his mumblings and told the students. Then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pigtailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on. Although numerous people claimed to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or that it was her vengeful spirit. Wasn't that Yako? Because Yako didn't have pigtails, she had a ponytail. But it's not like Michio was the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it weren't true, I'd want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. At school where Michio lived, the student had a list of student addresses on hand. And that's an amazing find. I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easy it was to obtain what should be confidential information. Imagine what happened if that information got to the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no. Sure, let's just hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's not possible for us to visit Michio Shirahashi's house. Well, that was easy. We got information that quickly. Let's go. That was fairly easy. Yeah, there's a lot of downtime in this game where it's like kind of just investigation. But when stuff hits really hard. But it's mostly downtime, I'd say. How did it go? I went to visit Michio Shirahashi's family. Home, however, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspaper out front. It's quiet over here. There's a residential area after all. All these run-down row houses really scream working class, don't they? I've never liked these messy and cluttered back streets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richter accompanying me. He looks so unfazed. I suppose the detective is used to this kind of thing. Always investigating and chasing criminals. I wouldn't be cut out for it. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out that Shirahashi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind just the two of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, hoping and being helped in turn. So far so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. A man recognized Toshiko's common-law husband had moved into the household. His name was apparently Kankichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossiped something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. So, what of this Iwai character? He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. Neighbors often heard screams and shouting come from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams, pleading with them not to hit Michio. And that's terrible. As if it wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors also began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shirahashi standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors, who just turned the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day, and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. And that sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. And that's awful. Then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home since. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shirahashis? Yeah, this is the right name. Entirely seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seems that they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand it. But are these just people, or are we getting surrounded? What's happening here? Oh, just people walking by. One thing I was also going to say, just Richter's really impressive. He figured out all of this in like a day's time. When we were looking at the two detectives at the store, they're like, oh, nobody's home. That's strange. Let's leave. So, this guy's good. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a Brutus good for nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where one's partner personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had also taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Life can be tough, I suppose. You don't seem moved by the story, man. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Oh, Jesus. She fell for that? But the Shirahashis certainly hadn't looked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into it. I guess that's all we got here, right? Though tough, I can't imagine what it was like to be that girl who was forced by circumstances to take part in the kidnapping. Maybe so. Yeah, that's all good there. Yes, let's get out of here. To Warigesu Street. What's here? The Hanku Soap's headquarters are... I thought that was a dead body on the ground. It's his hand. The Hanku Soap headquarters are on the other south side of Warigesu Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but it appears things are up and running now. Back in the Edo period, the canal known as South Warigesu ran through this area, but it's been turned into a major road. It's a bit away from Kinshicho Station or Ryogoku Station, though still considered a nice area. The stories of the ever-burning lamps and the foot-washing mansion both took place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. It's quite a lively area, huh? I suppose you can call it somewhat of a city center. And a little thing about that. Tells me he barely slept last night and he seemed to be brimming with energy. Was I too that resilient at his age? Perhaps it's what sets us apart as a detective. What sets apart a detective from the rest. I think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short time. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why director and now chairwoman Natsui Yamamori is called the Queen. Okay, I was gonna say we can see the chairwoman. Oh, yeah. Collect all information on persons of interest. Oh, that's everything. I guess that means we're never gonna, like, we've got all the characters in the story now. It's got an achievement for that. So there's no more characters that's gonna be new to the story. We've got everyone. It's a woman. Old. How old is Haru? It's so hard to scroll through this stuff, I'm sorry. Okay, hold on. There we go. Oh, we got her stuff too. I don't think we don't even know her age. I was trying to see though. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary. And that's correct. You think it's possibly he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. True. First needs to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night, and I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. Now, it'll be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You just walk around. Get a cafe for some tea, perhaps? Yeah, alright, yeah. Is that just literally just leave for a bit? I'm gonna go in. I may be a while, so feel free to find somewhere to kill time. Okay, good luck in there. And he's off. Sorry to keep you waiting. How did you go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night. But it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. That doesn't mean he has no connection to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we had a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? Flashback? I'm trying to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night. However, you said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you would hand over the cursed stone in your possession. Cursed stone? What are you on about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had all the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night, and your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no. You're right. We lack time. I'll confess, I am curse bearer. I'm just the cursed stone of the Haunts and Clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It is a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. It is the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers, akin to those of a god. She shows a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. She cannot stomach the fact that it's now the sight of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hihaku is a real-life witch? She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcery by the name of Sugin Gamyodo, who's currently working behind the scenes, exercising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there have already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? There are curses that we're speaking of, tools which are used by wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over the curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. We have 6. 6? Well, I can rest at ease then. I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we're on the same page. If that is the case, you should hand over yours curse stone immediately. That wouldn't align though, because keep in mind there's 9 curse stones in total. If they have 6, Richter and Haru have 1, and the detectives have 2, I believe, right? Unless I got that wrong, so there's no way they have 6. Sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it hidden. Really now? Did I accompany you while you retrieve it? I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to. But I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. You won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume? How prudent of you. I'll oblige. And there you go. And that's how it went. So they aren't after the right after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 cursed stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. Well, now I feel gullible. The company is plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the cursed stones. They seem rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soul dregs. Which people at Hihaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch? I wonder about that too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up about the occult more than ever before. And word spreads that Hihaku's chairwoman has godlike powers. She could very well benefit socially and politically from the mystique. That's unsettling. Very possible, though. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. And what's that? We were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hihaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it all amounts to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I have reason to believe Hihaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. Alright. And then the little thing we got there. We should avoid it, alright. Last place we got is the park. Midoricho Park. We're here. This is Midoricho Park. Ayami Tono lives around here. He was in her apartment when I dropped by this morning. Wondered if we were checking out again. It's always heartwarming to see children playing in the park. Richter seems to like kids. Perhaps they're on the same wavelength. We won't get much done standing around out here. Why don't I go and check out Ayami's apartment? You don't mean to speak with her, do you? Nah, I've a freaking idea of what she's been up to. I'd like to see whether she's been home or not, just to potentially get a trace on her movements. Then be my guest. Okay, that shouldn't be long. I'm back, ma'am. So, nothing? I'm afraid so. She still hasn't returned. However, I noticed a few people who seem to be related to the police force keeping watch in the area. I don't know if they got eyes in their apartments, but they do appear to be watching the building it's in. Interesting. You got a sharp eye to have noticed them despite them being so covert. What can I say? It's part of the job. However, admit I had to refrain from knocking on her door or looking through her windows. I wasn't able to check her electric meter or mailbox either, unfortunately. You were planning to go that far? This place is connected with the story of the Taiko of Tsugaru. Not only that, Katsushika Hokusai's home was also in this area. That might be why Ayame, it's either, chose to live here. We won't make much progress sticking around here. What else can we go to? You didn't get back to the school? Guess there haven't been any developments. Okay, so nothing new. So we can try this house again, see if there's anything there. And the music died down. I think something's different. Something's happening. I doubt anyone's still living here. Oh, so you came here too. What is it? Ah, the meetup of everyone. Could you repeat what you know one more time for me, Richter? Oh, man. And that's little. So that's interesting, though. So I guess we'll have to find a way to find something else. Or I guess we just jump back here. And maybe they're going to meet up in their story and it's going to continue here. But anyway, I'll stop here for now because I know that this stuff can get longer. Because it is me reading a lot of dialogue. Like after these videos, I just have to rest my voice for like a day or like just fully drink a bunch of water. I'm just doing a bunch of different voices. None of them are very good, but I'm trying. As always, though, I still very much enjoy this game. It's a lot of dialogue. That's my own thing, that sometimes it can be just a lot. But I know it's also very enjoyable for some people. I know it's very boring for others, but I still like it. It's just having to like, they set the scene a lot for what's going to happen in the future. Like, you know, like this episode was just an investigation thing and actually learning about the killer still being out here, having a mission of 12 hours before it's over. So I do still really enjoy this. I can't lie. Like, yeah, I don't know. There's so much about the art and music that makes me love it. But anyway, because I will yap to you. But as always, thank you all so much for watching. I sincerely appreciate you all. And farewell for now.